Remember what Bunker Jughead said would happen if we confronted ourselves?
Well, yeah, it would be a catastrophe if someone saw us together.
I mean, besides, what would I even say?
Hey, me. Why do all my friends have the same superpowers as the people you write in your comic books? What are you, a wizard? Is everyone in this universe a wizard?
Okay, I have a crazy idea for how we can get the other Jughead alone. But we just need to wait for Tabitha, Rivervale Tabitha, to take out the trash so that I can put her in a time loop.
Okay.
Okay, you head to our apartment. Their apartment. I will get the other Jughead and we will meet you there.
So, tell me, did you take the devil's deal?
I did, after a little negotiation. You see, I managed to procure from him my immortality, as well as my freedom.
Ah, very clever. How can the devil claim your soul if you never die?
Exactly. I left Sweetwater Village and spent the next 400 years going from town to town acquiring forbidden knowledge. Knowledge that I would use to conquer or destroy the town of Rivervale when I returned.
Wait, did you say Rivervale? But did you mean Riverdale?
No, Alice, I meant Rivervale. Let me explain. So I was headed back to where Sweetwater Village was founded to take my revenge on the place some 400 years later, and a curious thing happened. As I neared the town limits, I heard the sound of an explosion. And then I noticed the town sign, whereas before it had said Rivervale, plain as day. Now I was being welcomed to Riverdale. Something had happened, Alice. I found myself in a new universe. It seems that on my way back to conquer Rivervale, I must have stepped through a rift that had opened up. And so I found myself in a different universe. This one, where Rivervale was called Riverdale.
I'm with you so far.
Now, Riverdale was very similar to my home universe, only seemingly devoid of the supernatural. But I soon saw an opportunity. You see, I realized I was the most powerful being in this new place. I had magic and immortality no one else did. I also realized that the descendants of my enemies were still living here, or at least versions of them, and they were caught up in their petty squabbles, dramas, romances.
So your plan for revenge
Could still happen. And so I decided to stay, where no one knew me or what I was capable of. I tried to buy Archie Andrews' house, I became a deputy, joined the council, opened my shop.
You wove yourself into the fabric of Riverdale.
And as I slowly took it over, I began to sideline my enemies. But then, another twist of fate. The descendants of my enemies began developing gifts, abilities, powers. And while this didn't dissuade me, it did complicate matters. In any case, I focused on building my ghost train in preparation for the final battle for Riverdale's soul. A battle I plan on winning.
And why do you think that some people in Riverdale have started to develop these powers?
Oh gosh, I can only surmise that as I slipped out of Rivervale, some of its arcane energies must have escaped through the fissures between worlds with me. And these energies seeped into Riverdale, infecting the townspeople, changing some of them. You know, water finds its level, Alice. Perhaps the universe wanted, well, if not a fair fight, at least a more equal one. Doesn't matter, though. I've had my powers for centuries. They've had theirs for weeks and months. Plus, with Bailey's comet arriving, I shall be at my most potent.